You gotta be able to serve a community, society need, right? You gotta provide a solution to a problem. You gotta exist for a purpose. And that mission and purpose is important because when you know your mission and purpose, you know how to communicate with your customer. They know what problem you solve. When you hire people, you communicate your mission and purpose so they know why your company is here. And if they believe in that mission and purpose, they are going to work hard for you. Why are you here? When you can explain to people why you're here and they believe you, that's far more powerful. And when you build a team, a company, whatever it is, the biggest motivation has to be something greater than money. And if you're building a team and you're only using money as a motivator, then that team will be very short-lived. But I want leaders that believe in our mission and purpose and can communicate that mission and purpose. This is so important. You need people to believe something greater than themselves, and that they will stay, and they will be loyal, and they will work for you. When they make money, that's great too. When the company makes money, that's great too. When you believe in the mission and the purpose so strongly, and people follow you, and you actually help a lot of people solve their problems, automatically you're gonna make money. It's so simple. But if you start with money first, it ain't gonna work. Think about your company, think about your organization. How do you motivate people? What is your mission and purpose? I even made a video about that and I show you my weight. And as of today, I'm at 67 and I plan to get to 65. And I did it without starving myself. I don't do much exercise. So how did I do it? And today I want to share that with you. And I want to tell you how to live healthily. The problem of my weight gain comes from not living healthily. Instant coffee. I'm not saying this is good for you, but I kind of need it. Lesson number 1, sugar is your worst enemy. Notice I'm not adding any sugar in this, right? Let's start with why people eat so much sugar. It all started in the United States back in the 70s. Some scientists say that fat is bad for you, like animal fat. Cow fat, pig fat is bad for you. They give you heart attack, they give you cholesterol, they make you die. The world listened to that. Why do people spend $10,000, that's like $200 million, on a Rolex watch when they can go to Chobantan and buy a watch for like 100K? Why do they do that? Why do people buy a fabulous suit, that's $1,000 suit, when they can go to a tailor store and get it for, about $100? Why do people buy what they buy? When people buy Louis Vuitton, are they really just buying a bag? Of course, you know the answer as well as I do. Of course not. If they're trying to solve a problem, the problem that they're trying to solve is that they want to show people that they are important by showing their Louis Vuitton bag. I don't wear one, by the way. I don't like old watches. I like technology. But why do people do it? Because they want to feel important. They want to show up in a meeting and you're wearing a Rolex. And that tells people their status. They want to show social status. I like to solve problems. I want to make my company, my team, my process better every day. I believe in Kaizen. That's a Japanese concept for continuous improvement, right? That's what I do. I believe in that, but unfortunately, most employees don't believe in that. They don't want continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means change, right? And they rather protect each other and stay with the status quo, right? And that is very bad for our company. And I think that's one thing I really hate about Vietnamese work culture is that people spend so much energy protecting each other. They won't say who did it, who's responsible. Nobody wants responsibility. I want you to understand why people buy things. People buy things really because, one, it solves one of their problems. Maybe the problem is they want to show social status, and a bag will do it. A Rolex will do it. People buy things and buy services because they want to solve their problems. That's the most key. They don't buy things for no reason. They must have a problem that they want to solve. And if you can prove your product can solve their problem, if your service can solve their problem, they will buy from you. And that's the key point. It's not about the gimmicks. It's not about the discount. It's not about your personality. Although your personality is important, people don't like to buy from stupid idiots. But ultimately, what people want is to solve their problems. If you respect others, others will respect you. I'm here to tell you that is the wrong thinking. That mindset may be very Asian, but that mindset is absolutely wrong. Don't you think the person saying it is being very selfish? You don't care about me, so why should I care about you? If I want somebody to like me, which I don't really care, I don't want anybody to like me. But if I want somebody to do something for me, I know I have to do something for them first. Always. I do not just sit here and expect other people to do things for me. I have to do something for them first. And I always believe that strongly. I believe in the spirit of service. But when people tell you, oh, you gotta do this for me, then I will do this for you, that is an unequal relationship. That relationship is a very bad relationship. No one is yours because they're not property. People are not property. You cannot say, she is mine. She's not yours. She is not a property. She's not a Bentley. The Bentley is mine. The girl is not mine. She has a free will. This thing must stay with me forever because I'm sentimentally attached to it. This person must stay with me forever because I love her, I love him. And he's mine, she's mine. We can never separate, we can never be apart. Well, you're setting up yourself for disappointment because you change, people change, everything changes. Today I'm going to discuss a very, I think, Buddhist thought. There is no permanence in life. Everything changes. Let me just give you an example. Today I'm sitting behind this beautiful Bentley, which I love. And I want to make sure everything is perfect. I want to make sure there's no scratch on the car. I want to make sure everything works. But one day some idiot is going to crash into my car and put a dent on it and I have to fix it and it will never be perfect again. And am I going to cry about it? No. Because I understand everything changes. There is no permanence. This Bentley will never be perfect. One day it's going to have a blemish. One day it's going to need some repair. It will not be perfect again. Today I drive this Bentley. 3 years later I want to get rid of this Bentley. I want something else. There is no permanence. You don't have to submit to other people's demand. When they're saying you need to do something first, that means they don't really respect you. That means that they want more out of you before they give you something. It's very important. And have some self-respect. You don't need to love the girl so much that you give away everything. You give everything, expect nothing in return. That's crazy. When you treat a girl like that, she's not gonna respect you. She's not gonna treasure you. It's okay to walk away. Have some self-respect. Walk away from that. We have this idea that everybody needs to eat 3 meals a day. You gotta have a good breakfast. You gotta have a lunch, and you gotta have a good dinner. We all say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But I want you to think about this. Why people eat breakfast? In agricultural days, long time ago, you wake up in the morning and you're gonna spend all day on the farm. You're gonna use a lot of labor. When you wake up, you have a big meal at breakfast. That makes sense. Today, we don't do that anymore. So when you eat a big meal at breakfast, where does all that energy go? Turns into fat. I used to eat breakfast. I used to see it that way as well. Like I see, if I'm gonna have a good day, gotta have something to eat in the morning and then go to work. I stopped eating breakfast and my day is just fine. In fact, I'm more energized. In fact, I feel more healthy by not eating breakfast. 3 meals a day is really overkill. It's too much. I want you to think about 100,000 years ago, when human beings are hunters. They are not always going to find the animal. Some days they get nothing and they starve. Did they die? Of course not. Our earliest ancestors, they don't have meals every day. Maybe if lucky, they get meal twice a week and they survive. And in fact, when they're hungry, they still have to go out and hunt. So they still have that energy reserve. And where does that energy reserve come from? From fat. When you eat something, any excess energy is turned into fat. And when you need to use the fat, it will convert back into energy. Unfortunately, in modern day, we abuse our body so much that we stuff it with food and our body don't know how to convert that back into energy anymore because of too much food. And that's how people got fat and can never reduce their weight. So when you starve yourself a little bit, your body will go to work. It will find the energy from your body. It will start with the bad tissue. That's how you clean your body, by starving yourself a little bit. This is what I do. In the last 2 months, I only eat 2 meals, lunch and dinner. I eat one time at 12 o'clock, I eat one time at 6 o'clock. I only eat in the 6-hour window. Any other time, I'm not eating. And I'm not hungry because remember, I was eating only meat and animal fat and some vegetables. No sugar, no rice. And when you eat animal protein, animal fat, you're full. I was never hungry. I never wake up at night and say, oh, I'm so hungry. Never did. I was so full. I don't cut my portions. I still eat a lot. But I'm losing the weight just by removing sugar from my diet. Our body is already designed through evolution to deal with starvation, long period of time not eating. Because when you're hungry, your brain still has to work. If you're a hunter 10,000 years ago, just because you're hungry, your brain still has to work because you have to go out and hunt. This is all designed by evolution, already works for the human body. So we're just taking advantage of all the mechanisms in the human body. So it's okay to not eat for 18 hours. And that's what I do. I only eat lunch and dinner, and I don't eat any other time. And during that 18 hours, I'm not hungry, but my body is converting the fat into energy and also doing autophagy. It's actually cleaning up any bad tissue, any tumor, any cancer, any excess tissue not needed. And that makes you live longer, more healthy. Sugar is what destroys your health because sugar is something that will promote inflammation, it will promote diabetes, it will promote insulin resistance. Those are the things that weaken your immune system. So sugar really is your enemy. I'm not saying don't eat sugar, but control it. When your body is a little bit starved, it will go into restoration mode. It will try to fix all the problems with your DNA or fix all the problem. Maybe you have a tumor, you have a cancer. Everybody has cancer, by the way, okay? But when you are a little bit starved, what does your body do? It tries to look for tissue that they can convert into energy. And they start with the bad tissue first. True story. They actually experimented with cancer patients. They starved them. Say, okay, you have cancer, you don't eat for a couple days. See what happens. And what they discovered is that the body will try to consume the cancer cells. This thing is called autophagy, the body eating itself. And when the body eats itself, it doesn't eat the good parts. It doesn't eat the muscle. It doesn't eat the good organs. It tries to find things that are bad in the body, the cancer, the tumor, anything that's wrong, it will start to eat that first. It's called autophagy. When you eat fried food, most likely you use the oil made from a factory. And those oil generally get heated up to a very high temperature for a very long time. And what happens is that the chemical composition of those oil change and they become cancerous and they become poisonous. And those are really bad for you.